they scream goals. Aston Villa versus Tottenham. Aston Villa at plus 220. Spurs plus 125. There it is. Don't complicate it. Spurs are scoring goals. Villa can't keep clean sheets. The over, I cannot believe neither, Marco here, that the over is at 2.5 minus 120. Spurs to score twice is at plus 105. I see that happening. And even the draw at plus 260 could come into it. But really, it's Spurs scoring twice and they win the game. So 125, that would do.
Yeah, I'm pro Spurs here. I'm quite pro Spurs. They're one of my favourite bets in the Premier League this weekend. Going great guns at the moment. Conte said before the international break that he felt like he was making breakthroughs with his squad and they were starting to sort of make progress, which he expected them to do. Since he's arrived, only Liverpool and City have earned more Premier League points. If you look at the expected goals process, it's also up there just behind the top two. And there's a graphic going around in the week about Spurs being the top goal scorers in the Premier League this calendar year as well. And if you actually look at the numbers on individual players, well, Harry Kane, he's having more touches per game than under Mauricio Pochettino. He's completing more passes in the final third and shooting more often as well. So key players in key positions are thriving. Kulusevski's made a difference. Son's refound his form. Bentancur is dominating the midfield. And you've got Romero and Dyer at the back as well, who are looking like a great partnership. And Romero's just leading by example, really, sort of chest thumping centre half who's quite happy to clatter anyone who comes near him. So yeah, I like Spurs. I think Bentancur will really relish the opportunity to kind of shut down Coutinho, and I think when Coutinho gets shut down, Villa struggle really. I think we've seen that in recent matches, and they put in some timid performances and tepid displays really in defeats to Wolves, Arsenal, and West Ham. A question, I don't think they're on the beach. I don't think Steven Gerrard would allow them to be, but they are in mid-table obscurity. So I'm just surprised really. Villa Park form has been pretty poor actually. They've only won 5 games in the league at home all season. All of those came against teams in 10th or below. Now there's a 12-point gap between 8th and 9th. So you could effectively kind of put the line there and say the bottom half begins at 9th. And Villa's record against the top half from 8 and above reads 1 win, 1 draw and 11 defeats, including just 1 point at home from 6. Defensively, they've been conceding goals. We've talked about it all season. There are vulnerability at the back, particularly Tyrone Mings. But yeah, I mean, I think both teams to score as a runner. Therefore, if you like Spurs over 2.5 goals as a runner, Spurs goal line is a runner too. But yeah, I'm backing Spurs to win, but I'm going to take a little bit more insurance just because Villa, you know me, Flash, just because the price allows it to as well.
Yeah, it does.
I can back Spurs minus a quarter, and if the game does end in a draw, I'm only losing half my stake, and I think that's a really sort of fair angle to come in at. So yeah, pro Spurs, but just with a bit of insurance.
Okay, Stinch, I like Spurs. I mean, I think the intensity that comes from their manager is going to get the job done here. The problem I have with Villa is their creativity from midfield. And what I love about Spurs at the moment is the balance. I mean, even Højbjerg, all he's got to do is just get it, give it, because you don't want him. He's not got no creativity. But Kulusevski, you've got Son, you've got players coming off the bench that can affect the game as well. I see Spurs at plus 125. It's probably one of the better bets I've seen maybe since Christmas.
Yeah, either that or, as you said, Spurs over 1.5 goals at plus 105. Then you're not fussed whether they win the game or not. Scored 24 goals in the last 8 matches. That's 3 a game, and they just look really good. And I think stylistically, this might really suit them with Aston Villa's attack-minded fullbacks. You think of Luca Digne and Matty Cash. They both like to get forward quite a lot. And you think with that Spurs 3-4-3, the wing backs in Doherty and last week was Emerson. They are both very attack-minded, and Conte almost forces them to get in that round of back post in order to get on the end of crosses. Saw for Doherty's goal, he got round the back post. Saw for Reguilon's goal, Emerson's goal, that was from Doherty, and Emerson getting across his front man. It was almost like a striker. So I think that could work in Tottenham's favour. They might really take advantage of this Villa team as they push forward. We know Tyrone Mings is vulnerable, a mistake waiting to happen, I might add. So yeah, I think Tottenham minus a quarter, Mark's bet, I think is my preferred way to go here. But yeah, definitely look at Tottenham over 1.5 goals as well. The way Harry Kane and Son are playing, Kulusevski seems to have slotted straight in there. It could be any of those 3 scoring or assisting, and we know it doesn't have to be a difficult chance because we know how good they are as world-class finishers.
Yeah, and also they're dangerous from set pieces. I've just added that as it goes. I just put it on my sheet that I've just taken Spurs over 1.5. Even if it ends 2-2 now, I'm not going to lose because I've gone with Spurs at plus 125 and I've gone with Spurs team total over 1.5 at plus 105. So I win like a cup of coffee on the game if it is a 2-2 draw. Even if I lose at 3-2, I still win a cup of coffee. So the official picks, please, in this game, because we've got Tottenham, which is Pickham or minus 0.5, which basically means Tottenham at minus 0.25, which means if Tottenham do get beat, then the pragmatist is only going to lose half of his stake. For me, it's just don't complicate it. 125 for Spurs, who are chasing that top four, and they're chasing their bitter rivals. And I'm also going to go with Spurs over 1.5 team total at plus 105. Move.